Hold on. I just have one thing to say before we get started. Iowa has a 2-question maximum. So use those wisely, people. Use them wisely.
I got to use a Awa question. Uh, yeah, it's been so long. How did it feel to be back on the court after all this time?
Uh, well, it felt great. It felt great. Like I was like scared since like before, but when I got like get to play, like I was like excited, and then it felt great to be there.
China, you and Awa have been through all this since the beginning with Kokui's arriving. Uh, how exciting was it to see her get that first point in over a year today?
Well, if you saw on the court, I hugged her while I was running down the court, get back on defense. I couldn't help it, but like it was just like a feeling I couldn't explain. Like I was just like almost in tears. Like I was emotional because like that's my that's my girl. Like we've been knowing each other, we were roommates and everything. Like just to see that was great.
I'll ask this real quick and then get anything. Kiyomi, for you, I know first year playing with Awa, but she gets that. The team seems sparked, and then she gives you the assist for that long three. Could you feel that energy? Did that spark you guys, you feel like, in the second half?
No, definitely did. I would pick this up on defense as soon as she came in. So her bringing that energy off the bench really meant a lot to us. And bringing that energy on defense, that played a big part in our win today.
Coach, the defense had a little bit of a tough game throughout, but finished and stood tall when it mattered most, finishing on a 12-1 run. Does that give you confidence going into Big Ten play that this team can close out big games like that?
Yeah, definitely. We rose to the occasion when we needed to. As you said, we struggled a little bit early. Finals week, finals fog, I call it. But I just felt like as we went through the game, we got a little bit better, and then the last 5 minutes of the game was probably our best efforts. And playing together and talking and communicating. That was one of the things that was really good. When Awa came on the floor, she got some big steals. We got some turnovers in the press, and all those things played a part.
Just curious, Coach, about the impact that it makes on this team having Awa back, both in terms of her skill set and the depth that it adds.
Yeah, it definitely it means a lot. Like Awa, she's the heart and soul of this team. I mean, everybody has a connection with Awa, and we've all watched how hard she's worked to get back to this point. And so to see her out there, we wanted to celebrate that moment with her. But then you also see the impact, and what she does. I mean, she definitely gave us a spark with the steals and the defense, and she's has such a high basketball IQ and makes the right plays, and she got an offensive rebound, and all those little things mean so much to our team, and to have that added depth as we go into conference play, the meat of conference play, I should say, that's really important for us.
And then, Coach, you already matched your win total from last year. You haven't even gone into conference play this year yet. What's different about this team this year?
When you add a player like Kiyomi, who can do so many things on both sides of the ball, it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference in our confidence. It makes a big difference in our strategy. It makes a big difference in what we're able to accomplish. So that's a big key. That's a big piece of it. And then you also look at the returning players and what they bring to the court, and the chemistry, and how we're learning to play together, and how we're learning how to make each other better, and learning how to make our teammates as good as they possibly can be. That's the thing we talk about all the time is, we've elevated our talent level, but we still have to work to make each other better. And the more we can do that, the better we can be.
China, you talked about the relationship with Awa. Can you take us a little bit kind of behind the scenes of what it was like watching her come back from that injury and kind of the role you played in that?
Yeah, watching Awa just rehab, she was relentless, like trying to get back, trying to get her body back to like where she wants it to be, just really trying to recover. Obviously, whenever it initially happened, it was hard for me. Honestly, it took me some time to actually process not playing with her on the court, and it was, kind of tough because I've been playing with her for how long, and it was hard for me just to see her in that position, really that mental state. But just to see her back playing and then playing this game and just really comfortable in her game is the best feeling.
Coach, I think Kiyomi has gotten like 10 million hits on the video of the play from last week.
Really?
It was a lot, yeah.
Is that considered viral? Did you go viral?
I was told, yeah.
I think it classifies, yeah. Interviews, all that stuff. But I say it because she comes out, and especially in a game where Destiny is not fully available, she's 31. What have you seen from her in handling the attention she's collected in the last week?
Well, she's used to it, so it's second nature to her, to get that kind of attention about what she's doing on the basketball court. So she handled it like she always does. She's used to that level of attention, and she handled it like a champ. And it wasn't a distraction from anything that we're doing in terms of coming to practice and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't a distraction. She handled it and then showed up on game day and performed. And that's what you want to see out of a player of that caliber and somebody in our program. We want that. We want the attention, we want the eyes, we want the eyeballs, and then we want to show up on game day and be the best that we can be. So.
Before I ask, do either of you want the last Alwa question? Okay, I just checking first. What was it like having China to be there for you and help you through the recovery process?
So like Sana mentioned before, she was like my roommate, when I got injured. So like she always like bring me food, and it was like looking after me. And then I'm so grateful to have her and have her like as like teammate and also as like a roommate too. And it was like having her, it was like very impactful for me because like I know how hard she worked. I want to like do better and also like like do better so I can be back there so to play with her one more time.
Coach, for both of them to come back with everything they've been through for that final
I
year.
can hear you.
For both of them to come back
Okay.
with what they've been through for a final year, what's that like as a coach to see that?
Man, I love those two. I just, you come in the gym every day and China has so much energy. Like she just has so much positive energy. She's loud. She just loves her teammates and she gives them, you see it with Awa today, but she's like that with all of her teammates. She just has so much positive energy and joy every day. And Awa is, I call her the mass hugger. She's hugging everybody all the time. And those two, they just give of themselves so much. And when you come in and you take over a program and, you're recharging it, having a foundation of those two who've been here and who are going to give of themselves, and they're going to model that, and they're going to do that all the time. It means a lot. So to be at this moment with these two and Antonia as well, it's just really special, and looking forward to continuing to grow this thing and continue to be better as we get into conference play.
Was it a special feeling then during that timeout near the end of the game after she got the steal in the basket to see all the hugs she was getting?
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I mean, I knew that timeout was, it was gonna be a it was gonna be an hour love fest, but those are the moments that make sports so special, is when you get to see how the camaraderie, how being a great teammate, how going through hardships isn't lost on anybody, even in the middle of a big game. At the end of the day, it's the relationships that we have with each other. It's the love and the care that we have for each other. And if nothing else, on this team, in this program, we are going to love each other. We're going to care about each other through the ups and downs, and we're going to celebrate successes together. And that's what you witness today, is Awa had a moment that we needed to celebrate, and we didn't wait till to get in the locker room to do it. We did it right in the middle of the madness, and that's who we are. Thank you, guys. Happy holidays. Don't eat too much fudge.